Good Sunday morning. Welcome back to another edition of Gary's Movie Emporium. Today is a Dollar Tree. I wouldn't really say trade, more like purchases that I got from my Dollar Tree DVD. They are located on Instagram and they have their own channel. They sent me this correspondence here. It says, "Hey Gary, here is the other half of the titles you asked for." And then she put in parenthesis Melissa. She's going to start watching the Pac-Mans she's collected so far. Pac-Man game is one of her favorites. Good luck with the hunt. Be safe. This is dated before Christmas because this was, they wrote Merry Christmas. We are enjoying the hunt. Talk soon, Larry and Melissa. And then there's how they. Oh, sorry about that. My Dollar Tree DVD right there at the bottom. Like I said, they have a YouTube channel and are located at that very writing at the very last writing at the bottom. That's where they're located on Instagram. I'll probably put some kind of link or something on their Instagram. But let's get started. It's a lot of titles. I'm going to fly through them. I'm not going to explain them because there's quite a few. I think I counted 42 in this haul. First up, it's a movie starring Lisa Solberg, Tony Burgess, and Barry Moore. Orders. That's that one. Next up, Battle of the Empires, Fight for Your Destiny. Trying to see how long this one was. 136 minutes on this one. I heard it says really bad dubbing issues or something. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's a Battle of the Empires. And then I got a feature-length animated film here called Pet Pals. It says it comes with an activity kit included on this one. Larry and Melissa find some really great finds. I did not see this anywhere. Happy to have this in the collection. Then next up, Larry and Melissa were able to get Volume 1 of this Kids 8 movie marathon, Volume 1. Very tickled to have that. Very happy. Like I said, it has 8 films on there. A lot of animated titles in this wave. And then next up, a movie star Melanie Nelson, Michelle Money, Kurt Dossett, Brittany Peltier, and Kirby Hayborn. Heaven is Waiting. It says it's a romantic comedy. So there's the back. And then next up, looks like a horror thriller here, starring Mishka Barton, The Basement. Next up, movie starring Danny Glover, Daryl Hannah, Rutger Hauer, Michael Madsen, and Stephen Baldwin. Kill or Be Killed, Death Squad. Very much like the Expendables here. That's my guess on this. Kind of like going for the direct-to-video approach of Expendables here. That movie is from 2015, so not too long ago. This is one of the Pac-Man they were talking about in their letter. Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, Summer Treasures. There's the back. Like I said, I'm going to fly through these this morning because there's a lot of them. This is a BBC Doctor Who, Series 9, Part 1. This is a 2-disc set as well, so that's pretty cool. And I like it there with the TARDIS on the cover. It's probably one of the best covers out of the ones I've seen in this wave. There's another look at the front. And then this too is another 2-disc set. BBC Doctor Who, Series 8, Part 2. Like I said, this is from the BBC. Love Doctor Who. I watched it back when it was on one more look at the front. When it was on PBS, when it was, I think it had Tom Baker. I think that was his name. When he was the doctor who always wore the long scarf that seemed like it wrapped around his neck for days. I always watched it back then. And then I don't know if PBS took it off, and then they, did a rebirth of it or whatever. But next up, I got a horror film here called The Offering from 2015. Did not see this in many videos that were made on YouTube. There's the back. I guess it's about possession based on the priest has a crucifixion up there, like he's gonna be, I don't know what you want to call it, kind of like exorcise demons or whatever. But pretty cool looking movie here. Then next up, I got a 2 bonus movie set here. Geisha of Death, starring Caesar Montalano and Maria Ozawa. And it has Adolf Lundgren, Blackjack, and Ring of Fire 3 with, looks like Don the Dragon Wilson. So, somebody was talking about him the other day. I can't remember who it was, but they said there's like Chuck Norris and Sly Stallone and those guys, they're like A-listers, and then like Jean-Claude Van Damme and Steven Seagal are like B, and then guys like Don the Dragon Wilson are like C-level, kickboxing legends. It's just kind of funny how there's a different level of kickboxing, but that's Geisha of Death. If you can see it really good, I'll put it up there a little better. It comes complete with 2 bonus movies on the side. And then I got a movie starring Tom Cavanaugh, Mark Rendell, Graham Greene, and Fred Willard. The Birdman, hilarious. This is a Toronto film scene. This just looked like it'd be really funny, so I grabbed that from them. Glad they were able to have one of these in there, because this wasn't all over either. Not to be confused with the Birdman from... I wasn't sure if this was in their haul, but I don't know if I've ever showed this. I see it setting off to the side of the boxes, but I threw it in there too because I didn't know if I'd ever shown it. 65th, Some Secrets Reveal Themselves. And I can't remember if I did get this from Larry and Melissa. If I did or didn't, they can let me know. But sometimes I'm messing with the boxes and don't put them back the way, that I had them when they were set. 74 minutes on this. Really cool cover. I hear bad things about this, but really love that cover though. And then next up, we got the Night Visitor Chronicles, a double feature, the Night Visitor 1 and the Night Visitor 2. Heather's Story. Beware of Those Who Come at Night. Love the cover here. I don't know if this is this feels like it could be like 2 movies, like more or less, because it says 180 minutes, which would clock them both in at 90 minutes each. So did not see this in many people's phases either. And then next up, I got Opus and Bill and A Wish for Wings at Work. Man, they did a really good job finding a lot of these titles. I did not find any of these in any of the stores, and I saw them in the thing. I was like, I better snatch them, because if I don't, I'm not going to ever get them, because we don't get a lot of animation. And in this wave, we got a lot, and then they got stuff, animation on top of animation. So, really happy to have that one. Then next up, second ice age has arrived, 100 degrees below zero. The force of nature against the will of man. Very much the day after tomorrow look to it there on the front cover. There's the back. But next up, I got a Looney Tunes double feature, The Looney Tunes Show, and Looney Tunes presents Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. This used to be on cable quite a bit, the Quackbusters one. They used to have it a lot on FX, movies from Fox, on there a lot. The FXM, I think it was called. Warner Brothers title here, rated G. Trying to see what year it's from. I'm finding a year, but not really important. Important thing is that you got these in-house both parts right here on one physical case here. There's the back. And then next up, a Maddie Johnson family film called Doggy Daycare. It's Dove approved as well. Really happy to get this one. Just look at the back. There's a couple bonus features on it here. Not a lot, but don't really expect a lot from DVD for features usually. And then I was really pleased to get this. I remember this show on HBO back in the day. It's a collection of 10 tales of terror from HBO, The Hitchhiker. He takes you places you don't want to visit alone. Starred Kirstie Alley, Gary Busey, Peter Coyote, William Dafoe, Helen Hunt, Margot Kidder, or the late great Margot Kidder, Joe Pantoliano, and James Remar. Really happy with this. This is a 10 standalone tales. Basically, Paige Fletcher is the hitchhiker walking a lonely road where terror awaits around every curve. This basically tried to be like really big for HBO. I think it might have been somewhat big, but it was a very limited series. I don't remember it lasting for very long. I've watched bits and pieces of it, but Paul Verhoeven, Philip Noyce, and Carl Schenkel, all collaborated on this. Really cool looking here. Very limited series, like I said, on HBO. I remember it back in the day, but I don't really remember whatever became of it, other than it wasn't on the air no more. Next up, a horror film here called Beasts of the Water. Nature's Law Knows No Mercy. Really like this cover, and like I said, they do a great job of finding stuff I've never seen. I've never seen this in any other videos or anything or in store. And I go to a lot of them, and I get first dibs a lot, and I find nothing like the stuff they do. And then next up, I got Eaters, presented by Uwe Boll, who also directed House of the Dead. It's Feeding Time. He gets a lot of hate, but I like a number of his movies. I don't think they're that bad. Clock's in at 95 minutes in 2010 on this one. And then I got a double feature, Dungeons and Dragons. And Dungeons and Dragons, Wrath of the Dragon God. It's based on the widely popular role-playing game. True story. I had a good friend that went to school with him in the middle school, and he was really hooked on Dungeons and Dragons. And for some reason, I didn't know he was playing with a younger guy, a younger kid, like playing. I don't know if they were playing Dungeons and Dragons when this all went down, but the kid was younger than him by, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe. And he would, I don't know if they had this board game out, but he was heavily into Dungeons and Dragons, which I never knew. And his parents were downstairs, I guess, at the time, and they were watching TV or whatever. And all of a sudden, I heard this bam noise. And it turns out my friend, well, he ain't really a friend anymore. After what he did, uh, he killed the younger. He killed the younger. I'm not gonna say his name. The younger guy. He shot him in the head. I don't know if it was a pistol or a shotgun. I have no idea. And he got sent away. And in the courtroom, this argument came up about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm sure you can look it up on the internet about the details. I don't know. I didn't really want to get into the details. It just sounded so cold hearted and disgusting. But he shot him in the head, and this was used as his defense. Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't really think about it when I got this, but it kind of demeans the movie for me a little bit. Because, well, quite a bit, I should say, but I just mean maybe I wouldn't have got it. I didn't really think about it. It's just so many years has passed. He got put away. He got put in a prison like 4 or 5 states down, and he really got a. Basically, all he did was really get a slap on the wrist. He didn't really serve any real time for murder, and because of this defense, and his parents had good lawyers, and he had death threats from the family that he had of the kid that he had killed, and he had to end up living out of state. And I just did some. I just was curious about him one day, and I did some research on it, and it said that he got out of prison, and I guess he was. I can't remember if he moved further down in the country, like down south, but I found out he passed away. So he did die at a very young age. I'm not saying that's a good thing or whatever, but I do think sometimes karma does happen. And he really didn't really get, let this young man have a chance at life. And I do feel like it's in a bit of a way justified for him, for my friend to pass away at such an early age because of what he did. Should say my ex-friend, because it's just really horrible what he did to that young guy. But like I said, he used that as defense, and I just don't know what law there is that would listen to somebody about that defense, because it's just ridiculous. You're using a board game to justify murder, Now on to something more, laid back and mind not blowing as that I just talked about, but I had to get that off my chest. Meet the Master again, IP Man, Season 1. And that is a true story, by the way. I'm not making that up. It's very much true. I'm sure you could find something about it just by typing in Dungeons and Dragons murder, New York State. I'm sure you'd find something on it. Thought I knew him. Apparently, I didn't know him as well as I would have liked, so. But on to the next one, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures Trick or Treat. This morning I'm flying through these because there are so many. Once again, if you didn't catch the beginning of this, I am moving on faster this morning because of how many there are. And plus, I'd kind of like to get these Dollar Trees behind me because I'd like to start doing reviews again. I feel like I'm letting my family down at Wild Eye Pictures about not reviewing lately. And the holidays haven't helped with, because I've taken some time off here and there. Next up, I have Adam and Evil, One Bad Apple, Ripe for Revenge. Next up, from the director of Saw 2, 3, and 4, F0R. He's Been Expecting You. I heard good things about this one too as well. I only have one Blu-ray in this box. I might have had more than that, but I got messing around with the boxes. But this is what I'm going to be showing this morning. But I'm happy to have that, and I hear, like I said, I hear good things about that one. And I'm really happy about this one because it goes with the other set that I got. I think it was a double feature for Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's Christmas Tales double feature. Happiness is Peanut Snow Days. I don't think I ever remember the Snow Day one too well. Happy to have that. It's two little shorts on here. Let's see. I'm trying to see how long they are. The first one's 18 minutes, and the second one's 47 minutes, so not even 65 minutes between the two, but still happy to have it. It's kind of weird. Back in elementary school, in our gymnasium, we had a Peanuts theme in our gymnasium. Somebody had done a mural on the gymnasium wall of Linus, Woodstock, Charlie Brown, a whole slew of it. I mean, until it was taken over and renovated into an apartment building, it was a really nice mural. I mean, it was like, it was like it represented our school. Like I'd never seen a little elementary school's gym look so sharp as that one. Did a really good job with the mural, but that Peanuts reference really takes me back to elementary school. And, the fact that you did get a lot of snow days, especially where I live, because we live near Lake Ontario, and we tend to get a lot of lake effect snow. We haven't this year, and knock on wood, I'd rather not, but next up, I got a 2-disc set with 2 hours of new footage. The movie will pin you to your seat. Capture the Freedmans. Who do you believe? Trying to think what this is about. Apparently, this took place in New York suburbs. On Thanksgiving, the family gather at home for a quiet holiday dinner. The front door explodes, splintered by police battering ram. Officers rush into the house. Arnold Friedman and his youngest son Jesse of hundreds shocking crimes. Film follows their story from the public's perspective and through unique, real footage of the family in crisis shot inside the Friedman house. I'm not really sure what the Friedmans did. It was a winner of a grand jury prize from Sundance Film Festival, so I don't know if he was like a molester or I'm not really sure. Doesn't really go into detail of what they did, but I'm sure you could look that up online, or I can put it in the comment below. But capturing the Freedmans, like I said, this is a 2-disc set and it's very heavy. One of the more heavier discs I've had. And then I got a movie starring Lucy Liu, Rise. And then I got one starring Brandon Cross, Feed the God. Well, I don't know if it's starring him, but it sounds like Brendan Croft might have made it. Feed the Gods. He's a legend. Your history. Well, they have the chain going on, much like in the movie Panzer that I watched last night. It was kind of slow in the beginning, but once it got going, it seemed kind of like it was trying to be like that voodoo movie. Can't think of what it's called, but the guy used a chain the entire time to like kill people. I just kind of felt like it was kind of with this chain in the cover, kind of felt like a little bit like Panzer, a little bit. Panzer was more or less of a German-based on the Nazi kind of film. One more look at the back, and then next up, Scooby-Doo and the Movie Monsters. I more or less got this one because it was movie-related. It's pretty cool, and I hadn't seen anybody get this one. I get quite a few of the Scooby-Doos now. I didn't at first, but I've gotten to getting them again. So, one more look at the back. Only got a few more here, guys. Next up, Ghost Hunter, Since it's captivating, it takes a fraud to spot a fake. I don't know if this is a movie or... It says it clocks in at 2 hours. It says this took place during World War One. About when tricksters preyed on grieving families. I don't know. Maybe, it's about ghosts, I'm assuming, but maybe the ghosts are picking on the, families that are already kind of like, I don't know how you want to say it. Like, they've already had bad luck, so they prey upon their weakness because, they're going through stuff already. That sounds kind of interesting, and I don't see a lot of people with that one. And then next up, I got a Tommy Lee Jones, John Goodman, Peter Sarsgaard, and Mary Steenburgen film here. In the Electric Mist, no one can escape the sins of the past. Expect the unexpected, says Exclusive Magazine. Very happy to have that too. Tommy Lee Jones. Then I got a kid's title here. It's Mission Complete from Flogals. Flogals? I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. Flogals. Comes complete with a slip here that doesn't want to slip out, so probably because of the sticker right there. Learn about discovery, teamwork, and observation. More or less got this from my son Joseph. There's the back. Trying to not get any glare on these so you guys can see them better. Seem to be doing a pretty good job today. Kevin James, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Blart Rides Again. I got this because I think I have the first one, and that's more or less, I was just trying to complete. I had one, so I grabbed two from him. I'm not very big on Kevin James. I don't find him all that funny. I know a lot of people do. I just don't see the funniness too much. I think he's kind of like he's better when he co-stars and stuff. I don't think he can physically carry movies too good by himself, per se. He's like better when he plays parts like stuff like Pixels, where he's kind of like secondary. I thought he did a better job. Although he did a very good job in the movie Barnyard for voiceover. I really like Barnyard. It was one of my guilty pleasure animated films. And then I got Zombie Massacre 2, Reich of the Dead, or Reich, however you want to say it. They're hungry for horror. I think it's called Reich, though. Very reminiscent of the movie Panzer that I got right here that I watched last night. Really don't like having... I really don't like having German stuff in the collection just because, the Holocaust stuff and all that, because it's really terrible what the Jewish nation went through. And this is the back of Zombie Massacre 2. I don't know if there's obviously a Zombie Massacre, but I don't know if it's ever been in any of these waves, so you might want to tell me down in the comments if it has been, because I'd really be looking forward to getting that. Gotta be a completist, And then next up, I got a movie starring Dolph Lundgren, Battle of the Damned. This must have been a French-Canadian release, I'm assuming. But, looks like it has robots and zombies in it as well. Huh. There's a little bit of everything. Battle of the Damned. There's the back. See the robot and the zombie horde right there. Pretty cool. Now I got another sci-fi. Well, not another, but a sci-fi one nonetheless called Rogue Warrior, Robot Fighter. One more look at the front. Did a pretty good job on this video. I'm clocking in somewhere around my usual time, and that's with having 42 movies to show. And then I got a movie from the very popular Tom Sizemore and Bottom Feeder. It's unrated. Evil Lies Beneath the Surface. I take it this must be a werewolf film. At least that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's Genius Entertainment. The making of Bottom Feeder and trailers on this one. 5.1, 86 minutes. Pretty happy to get that one as well. And then one more, and that wraps up my video this morning. Oh no, two more. Excuse me, two more. Dean Cain and Tara Reid. Andy the Talking Hedgehog, A Magical Good Time. It's probably Dove approved, I'm assuming. I guess not. But it is from Echo Bridge, so I like a lot of stuff from Echo Bridge. It gets, I've put it down in the past because they like to stick a lot of movies on it, but they have some pretty alright titles as well that they bring out through their releasing company. There's one more look at the front. And then finally, I got one Blu-ray in this one. Very happy to get this one. I love the cover on this. One of the better covers for the Blu-rays that I've gotten lately. God bless Ozzy Osbourne. Really cool to have here. Rated R. Let's see. Basically, it's a rock documentary that tells the story of a major icon's torturous and emotionally fraught journey to sobriety, which Ozzy regards as his greatest accomplishment. Features interviews with his brothers and sisters, as well as Jack, Sharon, Amy, and Kelly Osbourne. God Bless Ozzy Osbourne is a film about intoxicating rush of success and the redemption that comes from pulling away from the very thing that made you successful. It's featuring never-before-seen footage uncovered from the archives and interviews with Tommy Lee, Henry Rollins, and others. God Bless Ozzy Osbourne is the first documentary to take viewers inside the mind and psyche of a legendary and timeless cultural figure. Has bonus features, a Q&A with Ozzy and Jack, deleted scenes, Tribeca Film Festival. And it clocks in at an hour or 135 minutes, so get a lot of bang for your buck on this one. And I noticed this does have like a drilled hole in it, so don't think that's like damaged, because I've been told they do that with markdowns and stuff, so you'll have to deal with that, because I'm pretty sure that probably goes on everywhere. I'm not sure if this is just, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just Blu-ray, but it could be a DVD as well. But it's rated R from Sweet. And next, New York Times, April 15th. Unblinkingly chronicles the chaotic life and times of Brock's most notorious cut-up, from his miserable working-class childhood to his latter-day sobriety. And I think it was a selection of the Tribeca Film Festival, so you get a chance to see this in any of the waves, I'd grab it. Just for the little bit of buzz it got alone. So basically, it's about Ozzy's rise, to how he's become popular through he resorted to drugs and alcohol, and now he's clean. So I don't know if he is right now, but it sounds like it's one of his greatest achievements, not just musical, but, personal level. He battled his demons and won, so big praise there for Mr. Osbourne. And that wraps up my video there for this morning. And like I said, that's like 42 titles, and I wanted to wipe them out just like that, because it takes a long time to do, each one by reading them sometimes. And today I wanted to get through a box, and thank you, Larry and Melissa, for more correspondence on the stuff you send me. I really appreciate that. Shows you care. You go through the trouble of writing a letter. I do that when I send packages out, but I did do one in my recent contest to the winner. I did send something, but it wasn't a letter. Really, it was more like congratulating them and things like that. But per se, I don't send stuff because you send stuff media mail a lot of times, and the post office is asking all kinds of questions about, oh, is there any correspondence in it? And I just feel like they go back through the package, and I don't need them, holding up your packages when I send them out just because it's got some letter or whatever in it. Because I have a feeling they'd probably just toss it. Because New York State is, I don't know if it's our governor that's all behind this, but he's I swear it's like you try to send something through the IRS or something, you get 100 questions. But that's my video for this morning. 42 titles about or around, and I really appreciate Larry and Melissa for you guys sending such a big package. I still have another box of at least that many to show in another video, but that'll be in a couple of days. And I had to shoot this video this morning because it's been a few days since I've shot one, because I was kind of like laying low because I noticed there really wasn't a lot of people on YouTube, around because of the holiday. Or now we're past the holidays and into the first full week of January, so stay safe out there, and hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. See you later. Bye.